Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody.
Start out with Stock Jock makes a fantastic point. due to my technical issues I was having. Yeah, there are better computers than the this Commodore 64 that I'm using. But you know that Commodore is just so iconic, though. Like,
yeah, that was my favorite computer.
It's a Tandy. Whatever it is, it has a hole where you have to put a crank into it to get it to start. So that's how I.
Yeah.
Hey, as long as it still works, right? Even if it makes me pull my hair out every single time.
Yeah, you get it to work all the time.
Yep, and knock on wood, it's been going pretty good so far for the past short amount of time. I know. Knock on wood. A second screen. Yeah. Well, I mean, let's not get too carried away. I mean, I'm still trying to get one screen figured out.
Yeah, I mean, trying to like totally delay the show.
I mean, we won't be starting until like 1:30, but at that point. So, good morning, everybody. Jesse, nice to have you back. Toxic,
nice to be back.
Same with you.
How's it going, guys?
Hey, Toxic.
Oh, Tox.
Is what's going on this weekend, guys? Anything exciting happening?
Not really, but it's
power.
Yeah,
Good
nostalgia power.
Can't
Yeah.
complain.
Not
Yeah.
for me. I went to bed like at 4:00 this morning.
Really?
I actually haven't been to bed yet, to be honest. So
Wow.
I'm looking forward to crashing after the show.
Yeah, me
Guys,
too. That's
like,
where I'm headed.
partying all night, or
Well,
It's
WWE
just-
had a Elimination Chamber early in the morning, so if people that watch that were
Nah, I wasn't dealing with WWE. I was a little bit busy, but
Hey, morning,
Hey, Ralphie.
Ralphie.
Ralphie, what's up, man?
So, Zod, you haven't slept at all? I mean, what were you up gaming all night long or something?
I had some.
Do you work late at night, or
I
are you
had
normally
some-
a night
I had-
person?
No, I had some company, so I was
Oh,
occupied.
okay.
But
James Bond over here.
yeah, I was a little bit busy. I was working within the confines of the template that the great Jesse had set up back in the day. You know.
I did. I have short-term memory loss, so you'll have to help me.
Jesse's a legend.
In my mind, or you guys remember these things? They were so big at one time. These spinners.
Fidget
yeah.
spinners, yeah.
Remember this? I mean, it became such a big deal at one point.
Like,
and then,
like Pogs, they were
For
a
about
big deal
5 minutes,
for like
yeah.
no
Yeah.
they were a big deal for no reason. Like
exactly.
That was
Everybody jumped on the bandwagon with them
weird.
too.
I know.
Yeah.
There's my kid's only 4.5, and there's like 5 of them in my house. Well, I mean, he doesn't touch them anymore, but
Yeah. Nobody.
For a
likes
minute,
it.
yeah, that's what you buy everywhere.
Kind of reminds me of that candy Pop Rocks. For like a whole 6 months,
Yeah.
everybody was into it.
Oh, do you
Well,
remember the
But if you
lore
put it in your
about that?
mouth, it creates an explosion.
Yeah, but remember they were saying that if you took Pop Rocks and you ate Coke and you drank Coca-Cola, you'd die. That was going around for a long
diabetes.
time.
I remember that.
I think your
maybe
stomach
that's
would
true.
blow up or something. That's what they were saying in high school, I believe.
I did it, and I still survived. So
I did too.
yeah, no, they still make those things.
that's right. That's right, Jesse.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
I mean, that's maybe why I have the problems I have. I don't know.
It's like novelty candy.
Yeah, right. I mean, when we were on vacation
Well,
this
Pop-
past summer over
Pop
the beach,
Rock-
we bought
see,
a bunch.
Pop-
They're not that great.
See, Pop Rocks is actually, flavored crack, and it's granulated in a certain way so that it's crystallized it's like crystal crack, and it's crystallized in a certain way. So that's what caused the problems. See,
Mm.
well, it was like how Coca-Cola used to be made out of have real cocaine in it. I mean,
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah.
Used to?
See, I get
Yeah,
that,
We
Johnny.
don't know. We don't know what's in Coke anymore.
I don't know, but I tell you what, they must have they released a new flavor of Coke, and it was called like Coke Spice or something like that. I don't know if you guys
Oh,
saw
God.
it. I just happened to come across it, and
Has it got like a cinnamony flavor too?
Yeah, and I was drinking it last night. Usually I drink, and I was drinking cherry Coke with it, but I also bought that, and I tried one with Captain Morgan. It was really, really good.
A spice Coke? I never had it.
Yeah, oh,
Like
my hungover from
Fireball?
the Captain. No, not really. I'm feeling okay this morning. Yeah, kind of like that. I mean, not that intense of a cinnamony type of flavor, but it's actually really good if you see it.
Kind of like a ginger ale.
And if you're in the spice room. Yeah. What's he saying? Apparently, if you snort Pop Rocks and Coke, you could die. I mean,
I could see that if
yeah,
if you snorted it, I could see. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
would cause some serious sinus problems. I would think.
Yeah, the rocks get stuck up in there and you can't breathe drinking.
Well, they go in your lungs and they pop and your lungs explode.
Yeah, that's true. They go in your lungs.
Wow, and that would be like internal combustion. He internally combusted. What did he do? Oh, he snorted Pop Rocks.
I mean, I feel like if you're doing that kind of stuff, I mean, you deserve whatever is coming to
Well,
you.
I mean, is it better? Is it better than like sniffing chemicals off of a dirty T-shirt? Because there's people that used to do that.
Yeah, you're right.
too.
No, you're probably right about that.
Wait, what was that? Snorting chemicals off a dirty T-shirt?
Off of dirty T-shirts, yeah, like
Wow.
the chemicals, and it would get you, and you'd get high off of it, and it'd be weird. I don't know.
Like
Seems
chloroform.
like I've wasted my life.
I seen some people doing it in the club once, and I just thought it was weird.
That is a little weird. Yeah.
And Johnny said he tried it. Not the snorting of it, but I'm assuming the Pop Rocks and Coke just gave you gas. I understand that. Yeah, just the whole chemical reaction thing.
Yeah.
We all gotta get some Pop Rocks and
Yeah.
Coke and do it on the next show.
Yeah, let's turn
Live.
this into a jackass show.
Last survivor wins.
You might be right. Yeah, you might be onto something.
Yeah,
Yes.
that'd be cool.
Yes. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, you go first.
Yeah, that's it. Who's going to be the first one to try it?
And the first one to try. Well, the winner, you're a
Hey,
winner.
what's
If
up,
you
Cross
don't,
Gamer?
you're a winner if you don't die. If you die, then you lose.
Yeah.
You know?
If he dies, he dies.
It's that simple. Oh.
Zod's having technical issues too.
Oh no.
No, I'm not having technical issues. I got something in my eye. I'll be right back.
Oh, he's having physical issues.
Is it a pop rock?
It could be.
Yeah, who's snorting those Pop Rocks?
After last night, it very well could be. I don't know. Holy cow!
Pop Rocks in the eye would be even worse, I would think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be terrible.
Mm.
That'd be
Don't get
just-
pink eye.
Yeah. Right now, Toxin's thinking, man, I'm glad I'm only temporary. It's like,
temporary for this crazy show.
yeah, the way it goes usually, we have the train tracks set from start to finish, and it doesn't take very long before it gets derailed. Usually, within the first minute or two, and then we forget about what we were even going to talk about. And
Well, I mean, especially when Jesse's here. I mean, it's just a natural progression. You know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It becomes a circus.
Pop Rocks and chemicals.
Yeah,
Oh god.
we all got to get together to make up for the loss of Phil, right? And
Yeah. He's been having some good days, hasn't
yeah, oh yeah. Well, I mean, a little rainy,
he?
but
A little rain, but yeah, a
all
lot of
over the
fun though.
place.
Yeah, that usually
Amusement
tends to
parks.
happen.
Sea Worlds, yeah.
Yeah.
Morning
Yeah.
Surge. We used to go to SeaWorld all the time as kids because there was one over in Ohio, which is
All right,
it
all
was
right.
like maybe like a
We know you
3-hour
love.
drive.
We know that you loved Shamu. We know that you did.
I mean, when they closed that park down, it
Absolutely.
felt like a piece of me went with it,
Yeah.
But as far as I know, there's not many SeaWorlds left. I think there's one in Florida,
Yeah, there's one over there in Orlando.
and I guess in California.
They stopped the killer whales, didn't they?
Did they really?
After the last girl, I believe so. The
Didn't
last
they do,
girl.
didn't they do the same thing? Haven't they done the same thing with dolphins now? Because dolphins are so crazy and evil that they
No, Phil was watching them.
they're physical and
They were there with
More
Phil.
orcas. I mean, what do people expect though? You know, orcas are. I didn't realize this. They kill for fun.
Yeah,
They're one of the few species out there that
I was
just
watching
kill
this
to
whole.
kill.
I was watching this whole show, and they had this killer whale down in SeaWorld, but what they didn't tell the workers there was that the whale was in another place before that. It had killed 2 people before going to SeaWorld, and they never told the people that were there. So they brought him to SeaWorld, and he was still kind of pissed off being in the tanks, and someone else went under him. You know, it was kind of a shame in a way. So,
yeah, the fact that if they may have known something,
they knew it. Yeah, they knew it.
I watched a whole documentary on Netflix about how dolphins are evil and mischievous and do all kinds of crazy stuff, and will literally kill and will physically assault their trainers, their human trainers and stuff. Apparently they're very smart though.
Right.
Yeah.
They're smarter they're actually smarter than humans in some cases.
Yeah, they're amazing.
That's the
creatures.
thing. Like with those orcas, they're just.
I wouldn't go in there with them.
Oh my God, no! I've watched videos of the way they hunt in packs. I mean,
yeah,
they'll take great white sharks out like they're nothing.
Oh yeah, easily. Yeah.
Yeah, free.
They look all cute and cuddly, I guess, but they're apex predators.
Nothing cute about them.
Yeah, between killer whales and sharks, I don't want nothing to do with them.
No, I mean, there's nothing you could do if you like. What are you supposed to do to something the size of a school bus? You know.
My brother was a victim of a shark attack.
Really?
Was he wearing a shark bite suit?
He was. He. You want to hear? You want to hear a funny story?
Yeah.
He was the only person in Delaware. He was down in Delaware and he was fishing.
Oh God.
And he wasn't even in the water. And he caught a shark during the middle of the night, and he didn't know what he had on his line because it was pitch black. But then when he went down to the surf to pull it in, he was down too far to the surf. The thing jumped out of the break of the water and just ripped his foot apart.
Man, I mean, obviously he got. He didn't have any lasting damage, like didn't lose his foot or anything, right?
Almost. He went to the hospital, and the doctor there said, "Oh my God, this is our first shark attack here." So it had to be my brother. Had to be my brother that put it on the record.
Well, he was in Delaware. He was in Delaware. That's why they don't know what the hell they're doing down there.
Exactly. Correct. Yeah.
Yes, he dated Shamu.
Well, I mean, you could use the name Shamu as a term of endearment towards someone. I mean, if your girlfriend is,
well, I don't know. Half of my life is blocked out, so it could have been possible.
see what I'm talking about, Jesse? Yes, that's exactly what it is.
That's
you
it.
Block half of it out.
Yeah,
the rest you just live off the rest of it.
Exactly. You block out what you don't want to remember.
That's right.
It's a survival technique.
The brain is a very powerful computer.
Yes, it is.
It's more powerful than the Commodore 64 that Mike was.
I'm using it. Damn sure more powerful than that.
You should get your PC powered by a whale or a dolphin.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. That'll be on the next Jackass show that we do. I'll strap my computer to my back and swim around in a shark tank.
The dolphin inside, yes. The dolphin processor.
Your ex loved fish, so you called her Shamu all the time. Yeah. She's also the size of a killer whale.
Well, there you go.
Did I know that was coming?
Nothing wrong with a little thickness. I mean, what are you gonna do? It's awesome.
Right?
A little blubber.
Sure, she loved being called Shamu. That kind of upsets me a little bit that at SeaWorld that I didn't know they took the killer whales out. I mean, that was the whole main attraction of SeaWorld was to go see that whale, right?
Well, they couldn't do it anymore. I mean,
I understand. I understand that.
The show I watched, it was like out of control. I mean, they got 2 people in one other place, and then he comes and he drags her down, and and that was a hell of a scene. I'm not going to talk about it on here.
No, yeah, I'm sure. Oh,
It was a
I can all
scene.
imagine. I mean,
Yeah.
but
No more animal
Well,
Animals.
I mean, the videos are out there, so we don't have to
Yeah.
get graphically descriptive.
I mean, if
It's
you've
all
seen
good.
whales hunt seal, you know, I imagine it's
Yes,
probably the same.
exactly. That's what it looked like.
It's
Siegfried and Roy.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
well, that's another one.
That was
right?
another
Like,
one.
Yeah.
You're dealing with wild animals that are killers instinctively, and
Yeah.
they snap, but there's nothing you can do.
I don't even fully trust dogs all that much. I mean, especially someone else's dog.
Yeah, you're right.
You never know what they're capable of.
Yeah, it's always scary when you see people with or you see little videos where someone has like their newborn baby and they're like playing with the
Oh
dog.
my God.
And
Yeah.
it's like you get anxiety that they're just gonna scare the dog.
that's
And
so-
just gonna,
people don't understand how dumb that is. You might as well. It's the same thing. It's no different than holding them over top of a fire or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're just exposing them to extreme danger.
Yeah, and they usually have them next to like the big. Well, I had a German Shepherd. I just lost him a couple of months ago, but even though he was well trained, I had him trained. He spoke German and all that stuff, but I would never let him near a baby or anything.
No.
I wouldn't trust him that far.
And a lot of these dogs are very, very, deceptive in the fact that they look all cute and cuddly, and you have a little baby that goes up to it and hugs it because he thinks it's a stuffed animal. And then, and then if the dog's not trained properly, the dog bites.
Dogs
Yeah.
are
Out of-
sure how to take
out of-
kids.
Yeah,
Kids make dogs nervous. And mine, he grew up. We got our puppy. We got our dog, and right at the same time our kid was born. So they literally grew up together. So he could do anything to that dog. But we always had to remind him, like, hey, you can't do what you do with Buster to other dogs. You just can't, because
Something about kids too. They always go for the dog's ears. You ever notice
they
that?
want
Like,
to
they're always
grab
pulling
them.
on
Yes.
the ears,
And,
like
dogs, they could be extremely dangerous. Yeah, I would never trust my kid around another person's dog like that. Like you said, holding the baby up to the dog's face and
or
everything.
letting them lay in the bed with them
doing?
or something.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they could be your best friend. I mean, they could be the greatest companion
Oh,
you ever
yeah.
have.
Yeah, but you have to
But
have
they
a little
are
common sense,
animals,
too.
and when animals get scared or spooked, their main reaction is to be aggressive.
Well, the only thing they don't have hands, so they're going to use their mouth either way.
Yes, right.
So,
anyways, that was our good parenting advice for the week. Yeah, MG. Really, I'm shocked.
never tried that.
Wow.
So, all right. So, are any of you guys gearheads? Are there any like actual?
I used to be.
And you know what I mean. Like when your car takes a crap, you'll jump underneath the hood and start messing with it before you send it somewhere.
I used to be on the older cars. I wouldn't even. Everything
Nowadays,
computerized.
yes. I mean, Jesus,
can't do it much anymore.
I used to be too.
Yeah.
I started buying newer cars, but when I was younger, my first Hyundai, I just like tore that thing apart, start putting parts on it, muffler and all that crap. But now I just buy them new and I don't touch them.
Yeah, well, like Jesse said, they're
just too complicated. First of all, it's so
much
tight in there
electronics.
too. You
Right,
can't even
that
get in
too.
there.
Yeah, I mean, it's all complicated technology and circuitry
Yeah.
now. It's all like the equivalent of now you got an AI assistant.
Morning, Jay. Honestly,
with diagnostics and everything, and the self-driving modes and all that. It's like
I bought this new truck, and I mean, dude, I'm telling you, like everything has either buttons or controlled by the touchscreen. There's no knobs or anything like that. Even the emergency brake is just a push button.
Hey, it's Knight Rider 2024, man. That's what.
I
it
guess.
is.
We all thought back in the day, like how cool it would be
to be able to have a conversation with an AI in the car. Now you actually can, because there's so many AIs that you can
Your
talk
car will
to.
tell you
It's
what's wrong with
ridiculous.
it. There you go. First car was a 1983 Honda Prelude.
Yeah, my car's brand new and the USB already went bad.
Jeez.
My last car did. My Jeep, the USB never worked.
Well, there you go, Dave. Rebuilding an 86 Vet. Yeah, I can't believe how just everything has changed. Even from my last truck was a 2017 to this one. It just within 7 years or 5 years, because the new one's 2022. How different I couldn't even, if like some of the electronics start failing on that thing, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like it's just hope that it's covered under warranty.
And I was just going to say, and it's so much money now too to get it repaired.
I go to a dealership.
He can't even replace the buttons on his A1 up.
There's nothing wrong with that. You shouldn't have to change the buttons. Saying.
Yeah.
You pay enough for an arcade 1-up that it should be pretty, you know, out of the box for that money. It should really.
Yeah, none of us should be arcade 1-up technical engineers.
Yeah, well, they don't have any employed, so.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Again, it's like we keep saying, we're paid beta testers when we buy.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, paying, not paid.
Well, one time I gave them a nasty letter stating just that. Like, what other company does this? What other company makes their customers become technical engineers,
right,
and start taking things apart?
Yeah,
a lot more now lately than ever before, unfortunately.
Crazy.
Oh well, look who it is. Good morning, Phil.
Hey,
There
Phil.
he is.
It's
the
not quite
vacation
early for you.
7. There we go.
Yeah, I've been
We were just
vacationing
talking about
through you, Phil.
Yeah, we've been talking about your
me
trips,
too.
Yeah.
Vacationing through Phil.
Yeah.
Yep. Hope you're enjoying yourself out there in California. I was first time I found out that they don't have killer whales at SeaWorld. It takes a piece of my childhood away.
I've been vacationing in VR.
You know what? Sometimes that's easier.
Living vicariously through you, Phil.
Yeah.
with the attitude of Jesse from back in the day.
Yes.
Everything is great.
Get a roller coaster right now.
Yeah, I like the end of Phil's video. Anybody see the SeaWorld with the dolphins at the end? All 6 of them come up at the same time and everything's pretty cool.
I mean, they do the way they can get those animals to do like choreographed jumps and dances. The way they
I don't
skip
get
across the water.
Like they had the one
It's
sea
because they're
lion.
smart. They're very smart.
Yeah, but how do you get the sea lion to turn on his side and put the fin up to pretend he's a shark while Jaws' theme is being played? I mean, that's amazing. Like, what do you do? Go in there and like turn him over and say, how do you do it?
You basically explain to them that, okay, this is the Jaws theme music.
Yeah.
Iconic theme music, and you play it and you discipline it.
You let him watch the movie.
Right. You get him into the movie, so he can be better than Mike B and at least know who the characters are in the film.
Exactly. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, I would think obviously fish, but you would think that would take years to just every day of just repetitiveness, the same thing over and over.
Yeah,
and
but I
that
mean,
thing finally knows when it does what it's supposed to do, it'll get a reward. Like they're not.
I mean, they're pretty smart though.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy what they get them to do.
I mean, I think of what I had to do to train my dog, and the repetition that it took to do all that stuff. But I couldn't imagine doing it with a sea lion or something.
No, I mean, even like with the whale, I remember when I was a kid, the whale would turn on its side and swim, and it would like wave its
wave back.
Yeah, like wave to the crowd, and it would just swim around and wave to everybody.
Yeah, and the one dog.
How do you get a whale to turn on its side? Like
that's what I mean.
You're not
like,
turning that thing.
You go in there and roll them over 1,000 pounds.
You give them.
You have the crane pick up and
you give him treats every time he does what you want him to do. So you basically just tell him what you want him to do, and then he eventually learns how to do it because that's the only way.
And then when it gets pissed off, it eats you. I mean,
otherwise, right? Because otherwise, you're gonna need to use a crane to actually do it, and nobody's doing that. So
yeah, even like a dolphin, like those things. When we went down to Key West, it was about 10 or 12 years ago. There was a dolphin place somewhere where you could pay and you can get in the water with the dolphins and swim around with them. And we did. And I couldn't believe how big a dolphin actually is when it's sitting there face to face with you. Like you grab onto its dorsal fin and it'll sit there and just swim you all around and pull you around like you're just a small child.
My mom has always talked about, I want to go in swimming with the dolphins. I'm like, no, I'm good.
I was looking at this thing when, it's like right next to my face. I'm like, this thing could kill me right now if it wanted to. And there's nothing I could do to stop it.
Ribs.
Yeah. But I don't know. I would have to think that they're probably heavily sedated, maybe, you know, on like happy pills or
Either
something.
they are, or
Yeah,
I would
happy
have to be.
Yeah,
they're on Xanax.
yeah.
Yeah,
CBD.
yeah, yeah.
They-
One of them would have to
Yeah,
be.
they drug them with the same kind of chemicals that they give animals at like petting zoos and stuff.
Or melatonin.
Because when you
Yeah.
go, because when you go to a petting zoo, it's amazing. You can go up to these otherwise wild animals and just pet them, and like you could literally have a baby go up to it and hug it.
Yeah.
Hug like what are you doing? You're letting that toddler hug that koala bear. Oh, don't worry about it. The koala bear is cuddly and domesticated.
That thing can't even feel feelings right now. It's so drugged up.
That thing doesn't know what's going on. That thing might as well be a Care Bear at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah, that's right. Integrity, Duval Street. Yeah, it was,
I've seen
Oh.
koalas really attack before.
Yeah,
they're
get
nasty little things.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
trust any of those
they're
animals.
cute, but they're not. They're cute, but it's deceptive because they're
That
not
is.
like that in real life.
No, they're
You know, you
actually
get
they're
a-
pricks, I think.
You get a domestic. You get one that's domesticated and drugged on on whatever pills they give the petting zoo animals, and it's a totally different thing. I don't know. Feeding them seed.
Yeah, that's how they get the dolphins all chilling, giving them seaweed. That seaweed.
Yeah.
You know,
Baby-
another animal
baby
everybody
blue
talks about,
seaweed.
but I'm leery to go near it, are horses. I mean, you got a couple of 1,000-pound animal there with those muscles.
Pure muscle.
Christopher Reeves.
And I heard a story where, well, of course, you're never supposed to walk behind them, but some guy
Right.
did, and he like back kicked him in the chest and crushed his chest in. I was like, ever since I heard that story, I'm like, I ain't going near no horse.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it could probably
Horse
instantly kill you.
mean?
Yeah,
If the horse was mean, yeah.
yeah,
That's how we lost our Superman. You know,
Christopher Reeve. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there you go.
yeah.
Look at pandas. Yeah, pandas. They do the same thing with the pandas too. They drug them up because how else can you hug them and have kids going up to them, patting them like for real? Like no.
That's the
They're
problem
not-
with these animals. They look too cute and cuddly, like you said. I mean, if they looked like a python or something like that, nobody would want to hug them. They forget that these things are bears, and
I don't know integrity. I'm from the city, so
Care
I didn't have to deal with many horses.
yeah,
Just that eye, their eyes too are a little weird.
yeah. I mean, but you're
They
right.
got a
though.
weird stare when they look at you.
Don't walk behind them because, right? Isn't that their thing? They get spooked and they kick.
Yeah, but they can turn around on a
they can
dime.
headbutt you too. You just
Red-
knock you right over.
Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
The horse.
It's like remember the episode of DuckTales on the Bermuda Triangle eating seaweed hot dogs. Ugh.
Oh yeah, there you go. God, yeah, Phil is becoming quite the documentary filmmaker, man.
Oh yeah,
I mean, his stuff is filmed so good. It's like, my God, he should be on National Geographic. I mean, the way he just everything, like the skies are so blue. Everything is just comes through so clear on his
maybe,
camera.
from
He's
this
got
point
great-
going forward, we could have Phil out on location every Saturday.
Yeah.
I know, like his angles, camera angles, and
He
stuff.
could
I
be
mean,
out and about somewhere, and so
Yes,
I
sir.
don't, don't give him any ideas, right?
Yeah, saying I had to deal with a lot of two-legged jackasses.
Deal with a lot of jackasses.
especially when it concerns Cole's cash.
Yeah, really. There's a whole zoo in that
Hey,
place.
up C North. He's like a newborn baby seeing things for the first time. Yes, exactly, Damon. We are live and at location. This is PD7.
Phil would be perfect for that on location kind
Oh,
of.
yeah, he would.
At
he
the
would.
Best Buy, standing in front of the Pac-Man cabinet. I mean,
And the alarm
Come on.
goes off.
Yeah, of course.
always
Get in the
I mean,
car.
he
Go.
even
We
had
are
the
currently in
alarm
the
even-
McDonald's drive-through right now.
the alarm went off in California too. I mean,
That must just be a Best Buy thing.
he can't escape it. It's
No.
it's not a Best Buy thing. It's a Phil thing. You can't,
Maybe
there's-
it is a Phil
there's
thing.
something about Phil.
I think they just know that he's in there recording, and they're like, "Oh, here he is again."
Maybe
They
he
just hit
never
the
took
alarm.
that little security thing off that camera he carries around, and it's just setting off every alarm that he
Every time he walks in.
yeah, you're supposed to take that little thing off.
I'm sure they do it on purpose.
Yeah, they see somebody Yeah, they see somebody walking around with a camera, like, all
it's
right,
it's like when you go to a restaurant, they want to get rid of you, they turn the air on really high. It's real cold, and you wonder why is it
like, all right, they've been here long
why
enough.
is it so cold? in
Yeah.
here?
Well, they do that.
Yeah, we need those seats.
They do that down in the casinos too. They keep it really cold so you stay awake. You don't fall asleep. You just keep spending. Yeah, that's the way they do it.
Oh, we had a bad
Well, they keep-
experience at the
they keep,
casino
like-
last week. Ooh.
The casino at the casinos, they do. Don't they do that? Like they put something in the oxygen too, right?
That's what I heard. I don't know if that's
Keep you-
true or not.
To keep you energized and
They're almost
Yeah.
like drugging you.
Yeah,
Like,
I heard
yeah,
that. but-
it's like not making you high, but keeping you, but something in the air that's keeping you energized. Almost
Yeah, they
like
supposedly mix it with a little bit of pure oxygen to keep you
pure
kind of,
oxygen.
awake.
So
Yeah.
you'll be like alert. It'll be whatever time you decide to go gambling, you will be alert as hell. It'll be like you're,
Yep. And that's why they don't put clocks around, so you don't know what time it is either.
There it
There's
is.
no
They haven't
clocks in
pumped
the
Pop
casino.
Rocks powder into the air. They might. No, I think. I mean, the free alcohol should be enough to make people spend stupidly, but I don't know.
Yeah,
The
well-
little local casinos around here, they don't do that. They don't provide the free alcohol.
No, oh,
No.
that's the best part for me.
Yeah, we were just like
I
sitting
really
here
like
that one
gambling.
last weekend and did not do well. Spent. I could have bought 2 arcade 1-up cabins for the amount of money we spent.
Yeah, that's what I always say. I'd rather buy something than just
Yep.
right. At least then you have something to show for.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have nothing to show for it. at
Have a
all,
night,
except our shame.
at the very least, go sit down, have a nice meal. I mean, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was our plan, and then we saw how much money we blew, and we're like, you know what? Let's just go home and order pizza instead.
Yeah, and you have to
It's
know.
cheaper.
You know what? The couple times that I went to the casino, I learned very quickly you're going to either win right away or you're going to lose for a long time.
That's
And
what
that seems always to be the
Morning
way.
Gallagher.
You know,
I learned that same lesson, Jesse, and I
Yep.
won right away.
Right away.
Within the first
MG.
15 minutes of being
Yes.
there, and I wanted to
Yes.
leave. And the woman I was with at the time didn't want to leave. She wanted to play all day, wanted to stay there. I said, "You were just going to lose the money." I said,
yeah,
"Let's take this money that I won, go have a nice meal, go to a movie or
Exactly.
something. Why do you want to keep playing? It's a bad omen. When you
Yeah.
win right away, if you get win like a good amount, like if you win like a couple grand, like right off the bat, get the hell out of there.
yes.
Yep.
That's what I learned.
There is no incentive whatsoever to stick around
No.
in a casino.
Not at all.
If you
No,
win within the
Because
first,
you will.
15 minutes.
That's the way it's
They're
set
gonna
up.
get
I
it
mean,
back. Yeah.
They will take it back, and
Mhm.
I noticed when we were playing, the slot machines, you put in like $100, and just like that, you're down to 20, and then
Yeah.
they'll give you a couple hits here and there to let you start building it back up again, and you're like, all right, well, I'm gonna keep playing now because it's getting hot, and then next thing it brings you back down, and they give you a little bit more, and then after about 10 to 15 minutes, it's done.
Yep.
Yeah.
You lost everything.
My favorite is the little old ladies that sit there in front of the same like coin machines, all like the die. Are they dime machines or penny machines?
Yeah.
don't know.
Nickels. I think they're nickels.
Are they
Yeah.
nickels? Because
Yeah.
they'll just sit there and they can be there the whole day.
Yeah. You ever see them? Some of them got the
themselves.
oxygen tank attached to them and everything.
Yeah.
They just sit
Yeah.
there.
But it's something for them to do, I guess.
I
Yeah.
guess.
No, well,
And at least they're not blowing away all their money. They're just coins.
that's it.
Oh, it adds up though after a while.
So it's fun to go there on occasion, but now I see why we don't go very often.
Or as long as you have an
No.
internet connection, you could just get a
Sit
casino
at home
cage
and play at
Yeah,
home.
just drag it around. Yeah.
He likes to play War. I heard that was an actual game that they play in casinos now. They have the War table set up.
like,
You don't use coins.
like Battleship.
yeah. Yeah, the bells and whistles, right. I mean, that's exactly what it was. Like, we spent all sorts of money just to go to there. And
Yeah.
Integrity 100%, bro.
she wanted to go. I kind of just sat back and let her do her thing. She's like, I want to go, into the high limits room. I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
Oh,
Where
God.
it was like
It had to be
$5
said,
for
right?
each button. Each push of the button was $5.
Yeah.
And
Oh God.
$140 was gone, and I'm not even kidding you.
Oh,
Like 2
easily.
minutes.
Well,
2 minutes was gone.
And then you get that angst thing. You say, "What am I doing here?"
Yeah.
What
Well,
the
that's
hell
what
am I
you
doing?
get the beer muscles, the beer
Exactly.
confidence. You start drinking and you don't care, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna take another $300.
Yeah, you got to
out of
numb
the ATM.
yourself because you're
Mhm.
internally
I'm
crying.
crying and dying on the inside. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
God, now I have to. That was a week's worth of work I just spent.
That was my
in 10
three
minutes.
bills.
It's like going to the ATM machine and pulling money out like it's those tickets you get
That
out
was
of
the
those
only
machines.
thing that was
exactly.
spitting money out of me.
Yeah.
That was it. The only thing that was spitting money out at me was the ATM.
Yeah, the third
That's what
time
it
you go
felt
to the
like
ATM,
quitting.
you're like, what am I doing here? Like, why am I keep going back to the ATM?
Yep.
That's so true. Doc.
Like, oh God, the bank will let me take $500 out. Even if
And you notice that too. The ATM only spits out like hundreds,
Yeah.
and you can't get a 20.
No,
You know?
that's exactly what they did. They spit out
Scumbags.
hundreds. I'm like,
scumbags, yeah.
oh no.
$30 ATM fee.
Yeah, Toxin. It was $8 ATM fee,
Oh God,
which
yeah.
is crazy. I mean,
And they
Yeah,
know
wow.
exactly what they're doing.
yep, and they
'Cause
gave
all
you
the
hundreds.
All the casinos have their own branded ATM, so you know you're getting hit with big time fees.
Exactly.
Yeah, Arctic went up
Yep.
ATM.
I had to go to the
You'd wanna-
cashier and like, can I get 20s for all these? Because I'm not sticking the 100 into the machine, which is
No.
what you want.
Isn't that what New Wave Toys is going to do next though? An ATM? They might as well.
Yeah.
To go right next to the cigarette machines. And
Did you see now they're selling the broken units for $40?
I'm so glad you brought that up, Jesse, because I was outraged when I read that. I
no,
was like,
can't
I was,
believe it.
So say
I
this
was
again.
like-
Like, explain.
I was like, you literally could take money and just flush it down the toilet and get
Exactly.
more value.
And then did
Then
you see what they wrote? You could buy it and put an out of order sign on it. I was like, are you serious? This is like the biggest snake oil sales I've ever seen in my life.
What a scam! I am so glad that I canceled my order for that damn
Zoltar,
Zoltar machine,
Zoltar.
Zolar, whatever it's called. I
Yeah.
am so glad that I canceled my order for that. This company is becoming more and more shady as time goes on.
Yeah. I thought that was
I mean, I stopped believing in them the way they were hyping up the cigarette machines. I was like, guy, you're talking about like glorifying smoking. Nobody smokes anymore, dude. Very few people do. Why are we talking about this?
Yeah,
I thought that was a little weird.
What are you
too.
doing, you idiots? But it's okay. It's like, no, we're excited about our cancer stick machines because guess what? We don't have nothing else to show for it.
Yeah, but you know what else it showed too, which I thought was a little odd because they only had the certain units that was bad that they have, and it's Missile Command, and a few others. And I thought to myself, wow, okay, if they had so many problems with those, I feel sorry because I didn't buy any of those. I only have Qbert and Dragon's Lair, but it seemed like certain ones have a lot of problems. That's why they have an overabundance of them now. But I thought that was kind of shitty that they were selling at $40 for nothing for a broken unit.
Yeah.
Who wants to buy stuff like that doesn't buy it?
So did they include the little
work?
out of order thing? Or did you have to buy that
No. They said you could put an out
You
of
could
order.
put it
sign
on.
it.
You could put it
Yeah.
on your own, like print up your own and put it on.
Yeah.
It's like going to Home Depot and buying a broken toilet, but it's on discount though. It's
It's on
cheaper.
discount, and it's brand new and it's
Mhm.
clean. So
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
if it was
clean.
like
It'll
$10
stay clean
just
forever because you
don't
won't be able to use it.
Oh my God. There's people out there that are going to do it too.
Oh, I know.
Maybe for the right price, but not for $40 and
Not for
shipping.
40. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Like $10, then sure. Like, why not?
Yeah,
But
$10 would be all right.
We know that. We know, Ralphie.
$10 would be good if you want to just use it to part it out for your own if you had it and something else went wrong.
yeah,
But
you,
yeah, for parts. For
you could put like
parts,
a little pie in there or something.
think of that. You're going to spend 40 and then shipping by the time you're done. And
Yes,
it's just a box.
it's
I
too
don't
much.
know.
The shipping is
Too much.
expensive. It's like $20.
Yeah.
So you're spending $60. That's just a little.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Thor. I mean, I've only owned one New Wave Toys things. I don't have I haven't had a bad experience. So obviously, I totally understand where you're coming from, though.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, even if here's the thing though. Like even if you're gonna do something like that, I feel like anybody but who buys these broken machines just because they're cheaper has way too much disposable income to spend. I mean, if you're even considering buying a broken, it's ridiculous.
Yes, Gallagher guy. They were selling broken units, and one of the many that they have is the one you just listed, Food Fight. So
Yep.
Not to give you any bad juju, but
None of them work.
I mean, they
specifically
do. They
say
look
do
cool
not
sitting on the
function.
shelf, but they look a lot cooler when they're powered on and
working. Yeah, a little bit.
right.
Well, it's about the price. What are you paying? What are you getting your money's worth for?
Right. If it was
Exactly.
$10 or something, or for something broken, maybe it'd be worth. I don't know. Is it possible to tinker around with these things and get them working again? Or
If they couldn't do it, I don't think anybody can.
Yeah, maybe
I'm
not.
sure they tried to refurbish them.
I mean, if there's voltage issues and it's something with the capacitors or the the resistors on there, you're probably not going to be able to fix it.
No, I never looked inside of one. I guess it's probably just one circuit board, right? One micro circuit board in there.
There could be voltage issues, and if you're not an electrician, you're not going to be able to fix that.
No, and like I said, they probably tried. They probably sent it back, and they probably couldn't get it working.
Yeah, if anything, Gallagher guy does make a good point. I mean, why not keep them for replacement parts? Because
for replacement parts, I think if you can get it at a good price, and all the other pieces that's inside is working, you can work on yours. Then I guess if you needed,
it makes you wonder like how many of them are broken.
And I think
they're actually trying to recoup losses.
Well, I think one of the things is most of them, the problem is the monitor.
Oh, is that what a lot of the issues been on them? The monitor.
Mm-hmm. Oh. That's what I've seen. Some of it is controls, but mainly it's the monitor.
Broken cabinet is arcade accurate. I mean, it's not an arcade if there's not a machine with an out of order sticker on it.
Yeah.
Well, usually those out of order machines, you don't find out they're out of order until you put a quarter in and press start and realize the stick doesn't work.
Yeah, it was not always annoying when you were a kid. You only had like a few quarters, and then you put your quarter in, and damn, the thing doesn't work.
Yep. Like, the coin return won't come out. Like, you just
now you got to search around for the guy with the change.
Quarters. I know.
I remember that so many times.
Yep. Yeah, because it's not like you went in there with $50 in quarters. You had like $5 in quarters.
Yeah, you have a couple in quarters. Yeah.
Oh, you hope to play your favorite game and.
Hated that. Then you hit the change return and it wouldn't come back out. It was like, oh man.
Yeah, you had to put the quarter in player 2 to get it working.
Yeah. And then the guy with the change, he'd kind of like he'd give you like the, I don't know if over by you guys, but everybody's leery of everybody here in Jersey. Everybody thinks everybody's out for so like
I told you it's just a Jersey thing.
Yeah, exactly. I was like a 7-year-old kid and I went up to the guy and I said, listen, my quarter, it took my quarter. It didn't play the game. He goes over to it and he opens it up. He goes, you sure you put a quarter in here? Like, yeah, I put a quarter in there.
You sure?
like I'm, going around scamming the place.
Yeah. Are you sure you did?
I'm sure you put a quarter in. Yeah.
It's always a guy with a big beer belly and a long.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it.
And he's wearing the quarter belt.
But he can't find it because the belly's over the top of it. He's
got fingerless gloves on.
It takes more effort.
That's also true, MG. Yeah, you put the quarter in the gumball machine and find out the gumballs have already been sitting in there for 2.5 years, and it shatters your teeth when you go to chomp down on it.
I don't trust this anymore.
No, I know. Oh no. Yeah, because that's true. Like, who buys those things, and how long has that candy been sitting in there for?
A long time.
Yeah, a long time.
I used to eat it when I was a kid, though. Didn't care.
Yeah, at the car dealership with your dad, you'd see
them. Oh yeah, it was always like somewhere like shady. Didn't matter. They just have a random candy machine there.
Yeah. Yep.
My kid always wants to. I'm sorry, I don't have quarters anymore. We don't carry change.
The sign's like yellow from the sun.
Yeah. Your parents are like, here's a quarter, shut up. Here.
That's so true. A lot of those gumball, they were always in a shady spot, or in a shady place that shouldn't really have candy. What? Why is this here?
Yeah, the old, like he said, like a car dealer, or like the car garage, like an old beat down car garage, and there's just
this oil all over the walls
on the thing,
the junkyard
Yeah, and over it is like a porno calendar, and then
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. The calendar is like 20 years old. It's like from the
it's
80s.
20 years old. Yeah, yeah,
Dad, can I have a quarter?
yeah. I want a gumball. Don't look up, son.
No. Yeah, old baseball card gum. That's another
Oh
thing. Yeah.
God.
The stick of gum they used to put in there that would just shatter apart and then you just cut your gums to pieces. They don't that's not a thing anymore, is it? They put I haven't bought a pack of cards in forever.
I don't know.
But do they still put gum in the packs of cards, or they discovered like how unsanitary that really is?
I think that like the newer garbage pail kids still come with gum.
Do they really?
They do.
I have some unopened packs of like TMNT cards and stuff like that from like the 80s that still have the original piece of gum in it.
The yellow
wow.
wrapper one, the ones
So-
with the yellow packaging.
Yeah. So next week, if somebody will snort some Pop Rocks, I'll open up all my packs and chew. I'll eat all that gum in there.
Yeah, you'll take one of the cards.
It'll
and
be,
just
it'll
cut
be
it up.
like it'll be like old. It'll be like old Big League Chew.
My God.
Big League.
You and I are
Chew.
always on the same brain waves.
That
I'm
would
just
you-
going to bring it up, man.
Big League Chew.
Big League Chew. I used to love that stuff. I can't
that
believe every
still
time I try
around?
to say it, you say it first.
Yeah. Big League Chew. I saw him in Bucky's. The last time I went to Bucky's, they had him there.
Bucky's.
That actually used to be really
Like that.
good. You just get the big old thing of it, and you didn't realize you're just like simulating
Yeah.
putting a big old.
I used
chaw
to
in
get
your
it
mouth.
when I used to get it when I was struggling to playing video games. I remember me and a couple of my cousins. We were playing
Yes, that was my favorite.
Astro. We were playing Astro Warrior on the Sega Master System. It was a shooter game, and we'd be like, okay, and then we'd always all of us would always die at the same boss level. So it would be like, all right, it's time to get out of here. Go get some Big League Chew and reevaluate things. I mean, it was a total process that we would
go get some Big League Chew. Yeah,
we'd go
Yeah.
back
collect our thoughts.
Big League Chew.
Big
Couple
League Chew.
candy cigarettes. Look like a bunch of badasses.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
man,
can't
those
believe
were the
that.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go get a pouch of Big League Chew and a pack of candy cigarettes. Oh,
Nothing
man.
better. Nothing
Nope.
better.
All
now,
right.
now
So
see, those cigarettes were great. Now see, if New Wave Toys really wants to be impressive,
Yeah.
they should
Dispense
little
those.
packs- dispenser, put those candy cigarettes in.
There you
those
go.
that's
things,
actually
man.
not a bad idea.
That would be great.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, he's saying the new garbage pail kids don't have the gum anymore.
Okay, good. Okay, I thought they did. I thought I'd seen somewhere where they did, but I guess I was mistaken.
Double bubble gum tape. Yeah, there was another one. It was it was called like bubble tape or something.
Oh, you know what I
It
have?
came in like a little tape dispenser.
A 1989 pack of Batman trading cards, but somewhere along the line, it's not open, but the gum is gone. So I don't know what happened to it. I think it just disintegrated inside.
It
Yeah.
it's probably
Yeah,
just powder in
powdered,
there at this
yeah.
point. Or ants got in there somehow and
Oh, I hope not. Oh, God.
bucket of bazooka gum from 5 and Below.
Oh, there you go.
I forgot about that. Yeah, remember the bazooka? Didn't they have like the
Oh,
little
yeah.
comic strip inside there?
Mhm. Yes.
Bazooka used to be cool.
Does anyone remember the Big League Plug? It was basically a giant chunk of Tootsie Roll.
I don't remember that.
No, I don't.
Never tried it.
What is it? Like, was it literally a giant Tootsie Roll?
The name of it is a little. I don't
Big
know.
League Plug.
Big
Yeah.
League
If it wasn't
Like-
four,
like
I would
a-
say this guy's
Oh,
messing
so
with us,
it's like
but-
a I'm because I don't know why, but I instantly thinking of butt plug when you
Oh, I mean,
This was coming
you
off
said
like
what we were all thinking.
butt plug. That should
Mom,
be
if you're
another
watching, don't ask. You
name.
don't.
Pee-wee.
Doesn't matter what that is.
But that's the big
Yeah.
league one.
Yeah.
Pluggers.
Big
Yeah.
league plug. Yeah.
Don't worry, MG. We're gonna get to that. I think we're gonna go. We'll do a commercial and then we'll get back into.
Yeah, I
Just
just
finish
Googled-
off
I
with
just
the main.
googled it.
See what happens. See what happens when Jesse comes back. You know, we get on these. We get off on these.
It goes off the
on
rails.
these long
Yeah, we have to
tangents
pull it
about
back.
other things. Yeah.
So
You know-
apparently, Big League Plug is just a chocolate bar.
Oh, okay. Thank God.
Okay.
Whew.
So be careful Googling that, Toxin, and God only knows what'll come up.
That's right.
Wow.
Chocolate plug.
Wow.
I'm
That's
sure
well,
they bet you they have those out there.
I'm surprised something like that didn't come out from Willy Wonka. I mean, you know, like a chocolate. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Charlie's mom in the movie's like, give me that. Like,
Cheer up, Charlie.
Oh boy.
all right, so yeah, I think it's probably a good time for a commercial, huh? And then we'll
Yeah. Let's.
grab a pouch of Big League Chew and we'll come back. We'll reset. You know.
All right. We'll
And-
get a grip on ourselves.
All right, we'll catch you guys in a minute.
And now, these messages.
Batman returns.
Catwoman's been spotted.
The sound of power is heard.
Firebolt Batman.
See ya, Batman.
Batman's turbo-powered Batmobile flies into high gear.
I'm out of here.
In a flash, it's a high-powered Bat missile.
Perfect getaway.
It's Rocket Blast Batman.
Rockets screaming, lasers firing.
Happy landings, Catwoman.
Batman returns.
There they go again! And now Coca-Cola Classic wants you to get us ghosts too! They want you to become a Ghostbuster! They say you could win the Ghostbusters 2 Ectomobile! Just grab an entry form where Coca-Cola Classic is sold! We dare you to send it in! So become a Ghostbuster! See if we care!
The DeLorean. Gull-wing doors rise effortlessly, beckoning you inside. The sleek, stainless steel DeLorean. Beautifully crafted for long life. The DeLorean is one of the most awaited automobiles in automotive history. Drive the DeLorean. Live the dream today.
You are watching Nostalgia Power featuring the bad guy Mike Worley, Jester Tester, Zod Rider, and Toxin filling in for the vacationing PD7. Remember, chat, if it's not Nostalgia Power, it's not the real thing.
Now back to our show.
There we go. Now those were some iconic cars.
Oh
That's some
yeah.
good stuff.
Yep.
So I'd have in the Micro Machine guy. That might be one of my favorite ones so far.
That actually worked.
It was
worked
perfect.
for today. Yeah.
Yep, it actually did. It was. And how about that? I didn't realize that. Did Coca-Cola really give away? Did somebody really win an Ecto 1A from the Ghostbusters 2 movie? Because that's what that commercial was
know.
suggesting. There was
The world will never
contests that
know.
you could have won that. I'm wondering if like any of those crazy contests back in the day.
It's like
Did they-
I wonder
did that ever
whatever happened to the people that won these things. Like remember in the gaming magazines like Electronic Gaming Monthly and stuff.
Yeah.
There used to be advertisements in there where you could enter to win an arcade machine. You could enter to win a real Mortal Kombat one arcade.
That was
machine.
so bad. I mean, if you think about it now, they were encouraging kids to just drink so much soda to
Oh,
win
yeah.
to win video games. It's terrible.
They
Yeah.
didn't care about like, hey, sorry about what's happened to you down the road, but
It's not about your health. It's about living in the now.
Yes.
Hey, you know.
But yeah, so with that,
Oh,
with that commercial
God.
was saying, I'm gonna have to look that up to see if they actually gave away a movie
Well.
replica Ecto 1 and if somebody actually won it.
Where I
mean, it
used to
could've-
live. I'm
It could have
sorry.
been
go ahead, Tux.
it could have been an unsold because like not everyone's gonna buy every bottle of soda ever. So it could have been in a warehouse.
You're,
the
you're
winning
right.
cap.
Like those a large percentage of those prizes probably went unclaimed because nobody ever bought the one bottle.
That's a great point. Yeah.
I was where I used to live. We had a pretty big mall, and my wife went there one day, and she put her name in one of those giant, like a bingo kind of thing, whatever. And there was like 100,000 names in there. And would you believe, for the first time in our lives, we won? And they call us up and they say, "Well, you won a trip to Jamaica." So we're like, "Wow." We've never even gone on a trip yet at this point. We were only kids at this point. Well, long story short, it turned out to be a scam. We never got the trip.
Figures.
Go figure.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Mike makes a great point. Without social media back then, I mean, nobody probably won those
They
grand prizes.
They could have put anything they wanted in magazines. Yeah.
I mean, I remember Nintendo Power Magazine was the same way. Every issue, you always had, like a mountain of video games that they would give away as their grand prize, and second prize was like a T-shirt. So I'm sure they gave away a lot of T-shirts, but I always wondered if anybody ever won that pile of games, and like Toxin said, or like a real arcade. Probably not. And
Yeah,
you know what?
like you said, there's no way to know.
No way to know, and you just forget about it. And
Yep.
No one drove
we'll
away.
investigate that because I want that Ecto 1, damn it.
Because you see it in the magazine and you're thinking, oh, that'd be cool, but there's no way I'm going to win that, and you just overlook it. You're not. Yeah.
There's a good question. Would anybody buy a DeLorean if they could? I think I would. I would.
If it traveled through time, I would.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's especially
a
that
flux capacitor in it.
I just think that car just looks so sweet, even if it had nothing to do with Back to the Future. I mean, were people like drooling over that thing at the time, or were they looking at it like it was just something ridiculous?
Yeah, I don't know. But you could shine it up with a Brillo pad. It's all stainless steel.
Stainless steel.
Yeah.
All you needed to get was some a little can of that stainless steel appliance cleaner.
Yeah.
That's how you waxed it. Oh yeah, the Netflix doc. Yeah, hey Pepsi, where's my jet? That's. Did we talk about this at one point like weeks ago?
No.
About the guy who's trying to get the private jet from Pepsi because it was part of a giveaway.
No.
You guys don't know anything about this?
No.
Yeah, it was just like supposedly a contest like back in the 90s that it was the same thing like with that Ecto 1 that Pepsi was, if you won the contest, you would win a private jet, and apparently nobody ever won. And this guy is like taking them to court and going through all sorts of loops and shit to try to.
Still to today, he's doing it?
Yeah, I think this is like happening, or just recently it was happening.
Really?
Jay, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this was like something current.
Isn't the statute of limitations up on that by now?
Well, yeah. if it was back in the 90s when this promotion went on, which I think it was.
Yeah, I don't think he's got a leg to stand on that one.
And what would you do if Pepsi was like, all right, fine, we'll give you the damn jet, and they just bring deliver it to your house and just drop it in your driveway?
Yeah, but you'd have to pay the taxes on that.
Yeah. Oof.
Now, what are the taxes on a fighter jet?
Yeah, on a jet.
You just claim it's a gift.
Can you? If it's a winning, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, and I'd be like, hey, you know what? Second thought, yeah, I don't know if I want to pay the $50,000 in taxes on this thing.
Is that true, Ralphie? It was a Harrier jet?
It's probably more than 50 grand.
Jeez.
Oh my God.
A Harrier jet, they could keep it. Is that really a documentary on Netflix though?
Yeah, somebody was talking about this. We talked about this somewhere.
Oh
Maybe it
wow,
was
I'm
me
gonna
and
have
Phil.
to look that up after I wake up.
Harrier jet.
What would be? Why would anybody want a Harrier jet? Even the pilots of a Harrier jet have a hard time with the thing. I mean, what would you couldn't fly it.
What would you do? What would you do with it? Would you put it on eBay at this point?
Yeah.
Like,
Let it go.
Local pickup only.
Okay, there it is. It was meant as a joke that in the commercial you could buy anything with Pepsi Cash.
Oh.
And he gathered the amount of tickets showed in the commercial to buy the jet. Holy hell!
Oh, well, that
They
would make
didn't.
sense.
They couldn't deliver.
No disclaimer. They screwed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I would just take whatever the Harrier jet was worth.
Yeah, exactly.
So wait a minute. Is there a possibility he could actually receive some money off of this?
Probably. You would think, yeah, legally I'm sure he has a case.
Well, at least he's got a case against with a fraud case. I don't think he'd get the money for the Harrier, but
Oh, yes, right, yeah,
Yeah.
for fraud. I'm sure he'll be able to get something out of it.
yeah.
Yeah. After the
My
legal
God.
fees.
A lifetime,
How much Pepsi Cash would you have to take?
A lifetime supply of Pepsi.
Yeah, it's probably what they'd offer too. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can get sick and then keel over before they
Yep.
can, pay you
Oh,
the
yeah.
rest.
Google the original commercial. Yeah, maybe we will do that.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, this show is just,
What are we talking about again?
Well, exactly. Might
Yeah,
as well.
what-
The Harrier jet.
No, not Johnny Cash Pepsi commercial.
Yeah, I agree with Ralphie. I'll take the cash.
Exactly.
It would be cute though to have it out in the front lawn, just lay it right in front of the house.
Yep. You would probably deter burglars, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Could do absolutely nothing with it though.
No.
No.
I wouldn't even, like you said, I wouldn't even want to attempt to fly it because I'd
No.
just crash it right into my house and ruin everything.
God, yeah.
It's like, this is my jet. I'm flying this thing no matter what. If it kills me and everybody in the house.
Didn't Arnold Schwarzenegger fly that in that movie? Wasn't it a Harrier? Because it hovered, right? I forget that movie.
Oh.
Harrier jet.
So I don't know if this is the actual commercial. I think
Lies at the end.
Yes. Yeah. Was that a Harrier?
When he shot the guy through the rocket in
Yes.
the window.
Yep.
A lot of people are finding a lot of cash where they least expect it.
Have a quarter, Mom, please, can I?
Is this it?
Thanks, Mom.
It's Pepsi Instant Cash.
$100 till payday? Right. Thanks, Pete.
Look under Pepsi caps to win up to $100 cash instantly. Or spell Pepsi Instant Cash and win $10,000 cash.
Yeah, that sounds great. But where am I going to get?
This looks too old to
Play
be.
Pepsi Instant Cash today, and you can
Such a
find
scam.
It's got 80s hair. It's in the 80s.
Yeah. I don't know if that was the right one, but
Yeah, everybody put True Lies. That's it. True Lies. That was the only movie where Jamie Lee Curtis looked pretty good in there. Right?
Well,
Wasn't she in True Lies?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a Fish Called Wanda, I think she was in that too.
Oh, I'd never
was pretty
seen that.
Okay, so yeah, I would buy a DeLorean. Anyways, to answer the question, depending on what there was an auction for one on eBay, and I think of all the weirdest things,
P-Dubs outbid you, right?
no, it
Lots
came
of
in a
goods.
bundle deal with a dug up copy of ET for Atari 2600 from the desert in New Mexico.
Oh boy.
wherever they buried all those. So you could bid on it, the DeLorean. I don't know why they threw the DeLorean on it, but the auction was for the game. It was for ET. And they're like, and we're also throwing in this 1981 DeLorean. I think the auction was like for $1 million.
Wow. Integrity you'll pass on Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah. Well, yeah. Especially now.
Oh my God.
Tia Carrera was hotter.
I remember Tia Carrera in some computer games back in the day. She was in some really crazy computer game, and it was like she looked awesome in the game. It was like a science fiction game. I can't remember the name of it, but it was one of those full motion video type games. Came out
really?
like the mid to late 90s.
Was this a Sega CD game?
No, it was for the PC.
Oh, the dataless encounters.
Yeah, there you go. You remember?
Wow, I never heard of that.
Yeah, it was for the PC and the 3DO. Yeah. She was hot in that game.
Hot. Smoking.
That was awesome.
Guys, I'm going to share the screen here. Get everybody's opinion on some of these things here. What the hell is this? This is the 25 most iconic vehicles in films and movie. This is the Bluth family stair car from Arrested Development. Does anybody know? I don't know.
Well, that's for an airplane.
I don't
That's
think I've ever
for
watched Arrested Development.
Kind of reminds me of the carnival trucks that used to come around.
Is
in the
that
city.
what that is? Oh my God.
Well,
Is
it
that
looks-
what that's for?
I don't think it is, but it reminds me of that. We used to have these carnival trucks
Yeah.
come around with little roller coasters and stuff on it.
well, that thing there is for people
Like
to get off an
Dodson, like
airplane.
you said, is that what that's supposed to be?
Yeah. They
I'm
drive
not
it up to the
Arrested
plane,
Development.
and because the plane doesn't, they usually come off with a bridge. But if the airport doesn't have a bridge, they
Oh,
would use those to come
I
down.
guess if I was attentive, I could just read the description right here.
Oh.
It's when wealthy, the Bluth family lost everything, was forced to sell the company jet, but managed to keep the stair car that went with it. And it was basically their means of transportation. Okay. I don't think I'd have that one ranked in my top 10.
Cool. I thought it was a portable ski slope.
Ship. Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, that's a boat. What's the Titanic? And I don't know, it didn't end well too much for the Titanic. How about the bus from the movie Speed?
The first one.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bus had to speed around the city, keeping it over 50, or else it would explode. I wouldn't consider that an iconic movie vehicle, would you? I mean, it's just a...
Not really. I mean, I guess for some people.
This is a great movie, though.
Yeah. Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys know what that's from?
Oh, yeah.
Dumb and Dumber. Yeah.
That's
I didn't think of that one.
That's
but-
probably the most. That's probably the most iconic one in the bunch. If we're being
It
honest,
probably is, actually. Yeah, it probably is. Like that looks like that's some sort of a convention. The way they have like it's in like a big warehouse or something with the curtains. And then you remember in the movie, Jim Carrey traded that in for that little teeny tiny, with that little mini motorcycle that you had to start with a
Oh yeah,
cord.
that's right.
The Vespa.
Like, get 80 miles to the gallon on this hog.
He's got the frozen bugger on his face.
Yeah, that's an iconic vehicle for a movie. The little the motorcycle. Okay, all right. Yeah, the Jurassic Park Jeeps.
I wouldn't mind having that. I'd take
No,
that.
I've actually seen a couple of those driving around before.
Have you?
People get them and get them painted up that way. Yeah,
Yeah.
Never seen a Mutts Cut van.
Yeah, when I was in Florida, there was someone had the Ecto car. If you live in that area, you see it all the time.
Really?
Yeah, like I would see it all the time just driving around.
The actual 59 Cadillac
I'm sure that'll hopefully
ambulance?
be on this list.
It was like modeled after it. I'm sure it's not the original one.
Like
right?
decked out to be the Ecto one.
Yeah.
Okay, not the magic carpet from Aladdin. The Mirthmobile from Wayne's World. I totally forgot it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I guess.
Oh, yeah, with
again, that's not really one that I would.
The licorice thing on the
No.
roof.
You know why? Because most people, if you drove around with it, wouldn't know what it was. They would just
Yeah,
think it's an old
exactly.
car.
That's
Just
a good
a
point.
weird looking old car.
You'd have to put a sign on it. This is from Wayne's World. Everybody would be like, oh, who cares?
who cares?
All right, yeah. Cameron's dad's Ferrari in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anything, a good movie. I mean,
And it's a
again,
Ferrari.
If you
so-
drove that, like your point, Jesse, if you drove that car around, right? Like you wouldn't immediately think, that, oh my god, that's the car from Ferris Bueller, right?
You'd get more attention that it was an old Ferrari more than anyone
Right,
knows from
right,
Ferris
Right,
Bueller,
exactly.
Right.
Yep.
You know.
Exactly. The car itself would just be a status symbol because
Yeah.
old Ferrari.
Yeah, right.
Period.
See, now this is what. Yes, if you see a DeLorean driving around, whether or not it even looks like the one from the movie, that immediately, as soon as you see a
Yeah.
DeLorean, you think back.
You
to the
think
future,
of-
right?
yeah,
I've seen
you do.
DeLoreans driving around. And,
Yeah, that definitely
I mean,
brings you
that
to the
put
movie.
that car on the map. It's amazing that.
It did actually.
Like, when
yeah.
did they go? Do any of you guys know, like when they went out of business?
Isn't there a new one coming out?
They are bringing it
Yeah,
back, though.
I thought they were bringing it
Yeah,
back.
they're bringing them back. And I think
Who has money to buy a brand new car
I
like
think
that
they're
right now? Though?
extremely pricey. Like a six-figure price tag, I think, is coming with this.
And it will come with a working flux capacitor at that point.
It better.
You
Yeah,
hope.
better.
Yeah.
there's an iconic
Oh my
movie
God,
vehicle,
yeah.
the bike from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
I mean, as iconic as the bike from Pee-wee's Adventure is, would it really stand out if you just seen the bike by itself?
Again, I don't think
Passing
so.
by, I
Unless
don't-
you were a big fan of that movie.
Right.
Probably
You-
not.
you know.
Yeah,
You would
maybe.
have to be- it's Pee-wee's bike, but it's painted blue.
Yeah, I think I would look at it and be like, that kind of looks like that bike.
Kinda
Pee-wee
looks
had, but
like
I'm not
it, yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. This makes sense. Of course, like you said, Toxin. I've seen a couple cars that are similar to the, somebody bought an old, what was it, a Cadillac or something? Jesse, is that what you said these things were?
Yeah, I think it was
They paint it yellow.
59 Cadillac.
Oh, it says
I
right
think.
here, 59 Cadillac.
There
Yeah.
you go.
They paint it yellow like
Yeah,
a
59.
taxi, and you still recognize it as Ecto 1.
Yeah, it was I think a Cadillac Millimeter ambulance back then.
That's
It was-
exactly what it is. 1959 Cadillac Miller Meteor.
Yep.
He's like, guys, I found the car. Needs brakes, shock, suspension, engine, transmission. Okay, there's
wow.
another good one right here. The 18.
Yeah.
I think very few people would recognize
That's
it.
one if you.
Oh.
That was a GMC Ventura van. Right?
You know, if the
Yeah,
van,
I
like
think so.
if that van, if I were to see that van and were to pull up, I would automatically hear the A-Team theme in my head.
Yeah.
I would recognize it
Of
immediately.
course. Yeah, like Toxin said, maybe some of the younger kids wouldn't quite recognize it, but anybody that grew up in our generation,
Yeah,
I think would immediately.
if you grew up and you saw, if you grew up in the 80s or even in the early 90s, you might have seen A-Team on
Yep.
TV, and
That was
that
the-
van is just pure icon, man.
That was the van Stallone got out of. It just didn't have the paint stripes. It was just black. But it was the same van.
They had that reboot not too long ago too.
You're 100% right. Oh yeah, I forgot that they did do the reboot.
The movie. it
Yeah, I
didn't
would
work.
immediately, that A-Team song would go right through my head as soon as I saw it. Oh, that's right. Yeah, in 2010. Yeah, starring Liam Neeson and Bradley Cooper. That's totally right. Yeah, because who was it? Wasn't it Quentin Rampage Jackson, the UFC fighter? Didn't he play B.A. Baracus in that movie?
Yeah,
Oh, I never seen the reboot.
it's okay.
I think I did, and it was like,
Oh, the Christine car. Yeah,
Christine,
I was watching that on TV the other day.
based on the 1983 book, the same name by Stephen.
That
King.
movie still holds up to this
Oh, you
day.
did? It was on TV.
The movie's amazing.
Yeah, they start off and they're in the garage and like they're working on the car, and then there's just a random body in there. He drops this cigar, and you don't like what the hell's going on. Then you find out that it kills people.
Yeah, I think this would be. Yeah. I think this would be one where you would say, okay, yeah, that's the car from Christine, because as it says right here, it's one of the only films in which the antagonist and killer is a car.
Mhm.
1958 Plymouth Fury.
My father had two of
That
them.
is.
My father had two identical
Really?
Furies. Yeah, and it looked just like that. White, beautiful white walls. He used to take us around the town, around the city, and drive, and people would look at us. It was just beautiful cars. He had two, a hard top and a convertible, identical
Oh, that's
colors.
pretty cool.
Yeah, just don't fall asleep in it.
Yeah,
They say it didn't kill anybody, did it? Well,
I don't know with my house.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right, now we're starting to get into the good ones. The Griswold family station wagon.
Yeah.
I don't know. I spent my whole life in that station wagon. That was our everyday car, but it was all brown. It was that LTD Country Squire.
All that wood paneling, man. I just, God.
Yeah, my dad had an Oldsmobile. I think it was a Oldsmobile. I don't know which one, but it was a station wagon, and it was. I remember we went to Toys R Us in it, and it was all wood panel. The seats in the back went down, and that's where I got Pac-Man 2 for Sega Genesis. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah,
No
that's why my
way.
dad loved it. He loved wood, everything wood. Loved it. The more wood, the better.
What was the obsession? Like on a car, though, that just
I
seems
don't
kind
know.
of.
It was
I
on
don't
everything.
That's way out of place.
I don't know.
I mean, look at that thing. You know, yeah, that like pea green color, and that may be one of the ugliest looks of a car of all time.
Yeah, the green is horrible.
It's just
All
a
this was all brown.
disgusting color. But again, it's a great movie, and if I saw that car driving down the street, it would immediately. I'm like,
Oh
holy
yeah,
hell,
people would
that's
know that one. I
The
think.
Griswold station wagon.
Yeah.
Yep. And same with his next one. I think we referenced it earlier when we were talking
Yeah.
about how high
Oh
tech
my God!
vehicles
Yes.
are now.
Yeah. That's an 82 Pontiac.
Yes.
Trans Am.
This car literally
Yeah, that
predicted the
Trans Am.
future. It predicted the future.
It did. David
AI.
Hasselhoff just sitting there. He's like, yep.
Kit was the original AI in your car. He was the original. I mean,
Yep. Oh, Jay Pass, your mom had a Fury. Did they have the button transmission on the dashboard? because my dad's was a 1960. So did they get rid of the button transmission? I don't know. It was pretty
Whoa,
cool
wouldn't
because you
start.
used to have these buttons where it looked
Wow.
like
Yeah,
you were
sorry, I'm
changing
not
the radio.
acknowledging the chat. Really?
Yeah, that's how you put it in drive.
Okay,
It was
so-
like
Awesome.
I guess we're going
KIT
back
is
to
an
that
acronym
now.
for Night Industries 2000. Didn't know that.
Night Industries. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a pretty iconic looking car there.
yeah, especially with the lights in the front.
Magnum Ferrari and Magnum
Yeah.
PI.
That was a Ferrari 308.
Tom Selleck, yeah. Again, I don't think I would recognize the Ferrari. Maybe I would, but
You wouldn't know it
other
was
than
from
just
that
like,
show.
holy heck, there's a
An old
yeah, probably
Ferrari.
not. Like you said, it would just be an old Ferrari, which again is a head turner in itself.
Yeah, another old Ferrari.
That one you would recognize right here.
Oh my God,
Yep.
you'd get canceled just for driving that one around.
Oh yeah.
Because it has the
Yeah.
The flag, yeah.
My
flag
brother
on
was
it.
obsessed with
Confederate
that
flag.
car. 69 Dodge Charger. He loved that car.
Remember the reboot with Jessica Simpson?
Yeah.
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 I saw that in theaters.
Yeah, I don't think was that really a successful movie? Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Was it
Jessica
okay?
Simpson
I
was
don't
big
even
at the
remember if I
time.
ever even saw it.
I don't remember it at all, but it wasn't
Well,
bad. It was
yeah.
it was forgettable, but
You
it wasn't
just,
bad.
you just
Turtle
remember
looked
just
pretty good in that
you
movie.
just remember Jessica Simpson from the movie. She stands out from the movie.
Yeah,
But
then
the,
she
ori- but the
covered up in
original
those
show was
shorts.
pretty good.
She covered These Boots Are Made for a Walk, and she did her own version of that to go along with the movie, the soundtrack.
Whatever happened to her? I don't even hear her name
1969
anymore.
Dodge Charger. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of
You hardly
faded
hear
away.
from her.
Mm-mm.
Wasn't she the one who
Oh,
mixed up
Millennium
tuna
Falcon.
fish with chicken of the sea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick and Jessica, that show was terrible.
Yeah, I don't think she was the brightest. I'm just.
No.
It was before the
think she-
Kardashian
yeah.
show.
Yeah, it was, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But does the Millennium Falcon count as a real vehicle?
No. Because you can't. I mean, you can't buy it.
No.
I mean, yeah, it's an iconic vehicle that was in a movie, but yeah, for our discussion, we're looking at like real cars.
That
Like
was
this
an
is one,
iconic
okay, the 1977 Trans Am from Smokey and the Bandit. Yeah. Yep,
Another
cool
iconic.
car. Yeah. Well, and this is another one. Like, if you saw this, you wouldn't think American Graffiti. You would just
Not really. You would just think
it's
it's
like an old mobster
a
gangster
classic car. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's come out there with a Tommy
Was
gun.
that Harrison Ford's like first big role? Was that American
Yes,
Graffiti?
I believe it was. Mhm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I can't. And even then, like, did he really get big after that, or was it Star Wars that basically?
It was Star
launched
Wars
him
that
into-
really. Yeah.
But American Graffiti, that's a George Lucas movie, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it says right here, 1973, George Lucas.
That's what I think pisses Mark Hamill off the most. He thought he was going to be like the
What?
star forever, and it became
Oh.
Harrison Ford more. You know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Mark Hamill is more famous for other roles too, like the Joker and stuff like that.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Right, the voice of the Joker, and
pretty
yeah. I mean,
successful.
Mark Hamill had a pretty nice career himself. Now, this one's from cartoons.
Well, they did the movie too. Remember the 2000 James Gunn movie? So I guess you could kind of count it.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, the Mystery Machine. Yeah, I would count that on the list.
Yeah, it's so funny seeing
Still one
James
car.
Gunn driving around in a creepy van scouting for Superman Legacy. Gotta love that guy. We know you love him.
Yeah, we get a ride.
I'm not looking forward to his DC stuff anymore.
Oh my
my God.
Jeez,
There we go.
USS Enterprise.
There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
I think somebody
USS
recognized that.
Enterprise.
Yeah.
Instant
Oh,
recognize.
If I
But which one?
saw that
There were so
flying
many.
around out in space, I'd go, "Hey, that's the Enterprise." Yeah,
There were so
was
many
always
different
a
Enterprises, though.
Enterprise D.
There was one that blew up in the movies, and they rebuilt it. And
This is obviously, yep. This is obviously referring to the original.
Yes.
What's this one? Oh, the Aston Martin from the. Okay, getting some James Bond cars.
There you go.
I actually saw that car at JFK Airport. They refused to allow us to take pictures of it. It had a big sign on it. It says absolutely no photographs at all.
Why? I can get
I
like
guess it
not
was-
touching it or climbing into it.
It wasn't even on display yet. It had just come off an airplane from going to a car show, I think Javits Center, and they just didn't want
You're
any
allowed to
pictures
take,
of it.
even allowed to take a picture.
Yeah,
Not even-
why not a picture though? I can understand touching it, but
But it was nice though,
Yeah.
same color and everything.
Yeah, it's not like it's the real James Bond car, and you're going to sell the secrets to
yeah,
North
That's
Korea,
kind
or
of
you know what I mean?
weird.
Maybe they were afraid of
A
that.
movie prop.
that's bizarre.
Somebody knew something.
Maybe, yeah. Don't give him any ideas, I guess, right? Yeah, this is the one I was waiting for right here.
Yeah, that car.
I mean,
love it.
Again, like Toxin said with the Enterprise, many versions of the Batmobile, but to me, this is the best one.
That's the
To
only
me.
recognizable real one. I mean, well, besides the 60s car too, I think, but this one is the best one.
You know that one only went
Yeah.
30 miles an hour. It
I
was
don't,
on-
I don't even know how it
really-
could turn.
Yeah, it could hardly turn. Yeah, they had a problem with it. But there's been people who recreated it that actually go regular speeds, but that one can only go 30 miles an hour. That was the
Yeah.
top speed.
It's got to be the engine has to be in the front. It's so
Yeah, that
long.
was on a Chevy chassis,
yeah.
I believe.
I remember seeing that at Six Flags too all the time.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so that's. I'm trying to see if it says here what it was built from.
Yeah,
But
it was
not. It doesn't say what this one was built, what it was built from. But if you think it was a Chevy,
yeah, it was a I believe it was a Chevy Impala chassis that they used, and then they just built over it.
It's never been.
so
a
that was
color
it. That was the
besides-
list. No, the Batmobile. Batmobile is number one.
Even the Dark Knight one was
What a-
kind of
what a
lame.
surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The tumbler.
the tumbler.
It's like a tank.
Yeah, that was all custom
because
stuff.
you wouldn't have really ever thought that it was a Batmobile. You know, that's not what the Batmobile looks like. That's what the Batmobile looks like.
You know, the only Batmobile that they made that never ever worked was Zack Snyder's. No, not was it Zack Snyder's? No. It was Batman versus Superman. Yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
Zack Snyder.
Yeah, that
It
was
was just
really. It didn't drive.
it didn't drive with just a prop. It didn't have an engine.
I guess they didn't really need to for that
Gave
movie.
away MTV. Gave away
No,
the
they use
Batmobile.
CGI a lot for
Well, I mean, if Superman just broke it, he crashed into him right away and broke it. So
Yeah, it's true.
That's true. Yeah,
ripped
that
the
old
door
back
off.
car could shoot a grappling hook just to take corners quicker. That's right. He did do that. Well, that allows him to make those turns that he can't make normally because the car is a freaking boat. Yeah, no Interceptor from Mad Max. Yeah, that wasn't on that list. That's weird.
Yeah,
It's weird they
it's
had like
crazy that that's not on the list.
the Enterprise and the Millennium Falcon and the ship, the Titanic. I mean, I probably could have pulled up a better list, but I was scrambling first thing this morning.
I don't know why, but for some reason in my head, like randomly popped up, and it's just like so random. But the Warriors, the Turnbull ACs, they had a van they were driving under the train with, and that just popped in my head for some reason. I don't know why.
So, Jesse, you made the comment. Well, I'll share one more thing. The guy who built his own version of the Batmobile. And I've looked, there were multiple people that did it.
Oh yeah.
But this is one of the coolest ones.
Is it the British guy? I know a British guy has one. It's beautiful.
Oh wow, he's even got the fire coming out of the back of it.
One
That's-
Batman fanatic has made
Dude,
this a
like,
reality
look at that.
by hand building his own version of the iconic vehicle.
Nice.
What makes this Batmobile different is it's street legal. Like, I can take it down and get groceries if I wanted to. The reaction of the car has just been insane.
I would just drive it everywhere. That would be my hobby, was just be driving that car around.
Drive that car year round.
Of course he has
He
his
started
Batman
building
suit
the
too.
replica
Yeah.
3 years ago with the
I
help
don't like
of
the
his very
attention.
own Lucius Fox, grandfather John Green, a retired engineer.
They were
During the
toasting
2-year build, the
marshmallows.
29-year-old was even able to get some of the parts from the car used in the original film.
Wow.
Nice.
The Batmobile behind me is the 1989 Batmobile. And this was the Michael Keaton Jack Nicholson film. It's got adjustable suspension. It's got a working afterburner, which is from the film. No machine guns, sadly.
No
no
machine
grappling
guns.
hooks. No bombs that come out of the
But
wheel.
machine
But,
gun in
pretty
there
much
with
beyond
rubber,
that,
with
yeah,
rubber bullets.
It's pretty close.
There are thought to be 10 of the replica cars of the 1989 Batmobile, but Zach believes he's the only one that can legally drive on public roads.
The first time I took it out was definitely an experience. I was on the freeway on the way to Gold
That's
Coast.
crazy.
There
Yeah.
was this noise.
Imagine.
I thought there was something wrong with the car. It's actually the news
I would
helicopter
love
from
that.
Channel 9 that had chased me down the freeway. That was pretty memorable.
And not surprisingly, the replica is winning plenty of admirers, including the ladies.
I don't want that
name's Annabelle
attention.
Leone, and I am dating Batman. Been
Oh,
dating
yeah.
for about 4 years, and can I just say, I was with him 2 years prior to the Batmobile. That's my seat, the passenger seat. But if any girl out there wants it,
I think this is
let it go.
Australia. I think he's
Yeah.
Australian.
And Zach
maybe.
has also had his fair share of bizarre requests.
I've had a couple ring me up and say, I know this is going to sound weird, but we want to christen the car, so to speak. And I sort of said, I'm not really interested. And they said, we'll pay you what you want and we'll bring plastic sheets. And I'm like, you've just made that worse.
Imagine calling
So-
somebody and asking.
So no thanks.
Businessmen from across the world have offered Zach big bucks for the Batmobile, but he's decided to
We'll
use his
bring-
powers
we'll
for
bring
good by
sheets.
teaming up with the Make-A-Wish Foundation, who make
That's
dreams
nasty.
come true for terminally ill children. Today he's
We're
using
gonna
his comic
take
book
we're gonna
car to
take a
impress families
sample
at local
afterwards.
So, yeah, I had to share that
Fine.
because that was crazy.
The only thing that
Yeah.
I don't like about it, I think they should have went with a matte paint finish instead of the glossy.
Yeah, you're right. It was a little bit. Yeah, it was a
There's
little
another.
shinier,
There's
right?
another guy though. He made his so much better. He's British, and his actually lowers and raises because so he can get over, because that car can't go. It'll bottom out because
Oh,
it's
yeah.
so low.
It's so
So
low.
he made his with hydraulics so he can lift the whole chassis up and then go over bumps or whatever, and then he can lower it back down. And his whole inside is actually working. The whole dashboard, he's got all these cameras in there, so he could see all the way around the car. He's got cameras
Wow.
out in front, back. Yeah, his is actually even better.
I wonder what it would cost to do that. Probably a lot. A lot
He
more
did
money.
say it. He did bring it
Did he
up, but I
really?
can't remember.
I mean,
I
it's
don't-
like hundreds of thousands of dollars. Probably
His
not.
his was close to it. Yeah.
Yeah, like what this video said that he had businessmen from all over the world offering him large sums of money for the car, and he wouldn't sell it.
Yeah,
So
I don't
guess
want that kind of
me-
attention.
Me calling him up and be like, "I'll give you $2,000 for it."
It's like every time you leave your house, it's like people are chasing you down.
Honestly,
it's just
yes.
it's just too much.
It probably would be.
I love this comment from MG. Anybody that builds a Batmobile is just an idiot. That's exactly right. I agree.
I was just getting ready to start mine today. Never mind.
Hey kids, forget about college. Sorry.
I mean, that could be your gig, right? You could just drive around the Batmobile, make appearances in the Batmobile.
Yeah,
You get paid to do
There
it.
you go. You're getting paid to do it. You're getting
Well.
paid by all kinds of people.
That bat suit he had was pretty
wanna-
Yeah,
nice too.
I was just
want
gonna
to christen your Batmobile.
Most people that build it have a lot of expendable cash.
I would say,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're
The
not
only
hurting.
problem is,
I don't think they're hurting.
I could see some of the people who are buying the new wave toys, broken arcades, wanting to build Batmobiles
With their disposable incomes.
$40.
40
Yeah.
bucks.
Well, every Batman needs a Joker, so that's the
Yeah.
scary part.
There you go.
That's
the other problem. You're gonna get all kinds of copycats.
Yep.
If you get a guy, if
You'd
you
have
get a
people
guy
trying to
getting
come after you
attention.
like you were Batman, and
Yeah.
yes, he did. He's crushed. That was my dream. I mean, maybe it wasn't realistic or attainable, but
Well, I think you would probably have the Ecto 1 before you'd have the Batmobile, though. My
Oh,
would
that's
be-
a tough one.
Yeah, I mean, it would probably be cheaper to recreate an Ecto 1.
Yeah, I could see you driving around in an Ecto.
Either
1.
way, I mean, I do have a replica Proton pack. I mean,
It would be cheaper because you could actually find that Cadillac. But
Right.
the 89 you have to have built from scratch.
Yeah,
so-
honestly, yeah, like he did. He just
Yeah.
had a frame and
Yep.
literally just built it from the ground up. And as we established earlier, I'm not exactly a gearhead to do that kind of things, other than changing my oil and maybe the brakes. That's about as
Yeah,
far as
no,
my
that
knowledge
takes-
of cars go.
Yeah, you need molds and
I can't even build a
fiberglass
damn
molds.
Lego car. His brother-in-law has a Jurassic Park Jeep. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would be one that would be fairly. I mean, it just would require a custom.
Oh,
paint.
I'm sure that brings attention too.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Anything that was kind of the point of this whole thing, like where you saw these Ferraris and stuff. Anything that would make you immediately you would draw attention to it and make you
You know
think of
where it
the
came
movie.
from. Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of like the whole point. But I would say if I had to pick one, what would be?
Yeah, I was just
like
gonna
that
ask.
Batmobile I would probably wreck my car, turning craning my neck to see it if I saw that driving down the street.
Yeah, I would. If out of all of them, I would pick the 89 Batmobile.
Yeah, I think I would too. And the second one would probably be the 60s. The 60s
Oh yeah,
Batmobile.
yeah, the Lincoln Futura.
Yep. So what's he saying? Oh, Lego. Yeah, Thor. I mean, I don't know. You've had some pretty crazy stories over the last few weeks. I thought maybe you did work on because he's the one that said he knew he worked with Burt Ward
Oh really?
with the and on his dog food. Right, Thor? I mean, am I way off on that?
Oh yeah, he did. He did come up with dog food, right?
Yeah, he
That's
had,
what
like
he went
Burt Ward
into.
had his own
Yeah.
dog food line of dog food, which is kind of like totally random, but
I used to hear some of the stories that Burt Ward used to say about what they did to him on the set. They didn't treat him too good on the set of Batman.
picked
He didn't
on him
get paid
a little
much
bit.
money, and they set explosives off near him, and he went to the hospital like 60 times or something. Like every other episode, they had to send him to the hospital.
Yeah, Burt
Busted
hurt
nose.
again. I mean, he was wearing next to nothing. I mean, he didn't have much in the way of protective clothing.
Yeah, well, he always
And then,
said-
imagine how you must have felt if you were Burt Ward having to face off against Bruce Lee in an episode of Batman and Green Hornet.
Oh, that's right. They did do a crossover.
Well, they-
oh my god, that's
they
right.
lived next to one another and they trained with one another.
Yeah.
Burt Ward and Bruce Lee.
Yeah, Burt Ward was a martial artist, and he lived in the same apartment complex as Bruce Lee, and they would train together. That's his story, anyway.
Yeah, surprised nobody mentioned Optimus Prime. That is kind of surprising on that list. That if they were putting the Millennium Falcon on there, and then how could Optimus Prime not have been on that list? Because there are trucks out there that people
Makes you
have-
wonder.
Have
Yeah, I was thinking about the Mach 5 from Speed Racer. I saw
That-
someone
yeah.
had made a replica of that and looked pretty nice.
Mhm. Yeah, they didn't have many cartoon cars on that list other than the Mystery Machine. But I did make my own list, and yeah, the Mach 5 because there was some cartoon cars like the Jetsons flying car. I mean, although you'll never see that in real life, but
No, they thought it was going to be here by now, but
yeah, yeah, they did.
yeah.
The best we got was that supercar from Tesla, that big van or whatever it's called.
Yeah, that's not the same.
Stainless steel.
Yep.
Yeah,
Larry,
what was
I
that?
don't know.
I
This
just
is a
seen
tough
that not
call.
long ago.
It's a tough call on that. But you just saw it?
Yeah, well, not live, but I seen it on
Cybertruck, that's what it's called.
yeah, Cybertruck.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of ugly though.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Very ugly.
Yeah.
Oh, so there you go. Burt had the first televised fight with Bruce Lee.
Oh, you know what I just thought of too? The ice cream truck from Twisted Metal with the clown on the top.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, those are all, I mean, just from a video game, but still, like, somebody out there probably recreated that, right?
I'm sure there is one.
Yeah, for the horror fans too, they would want the Michael Myers
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
hospital car.
MG's on to something. You'd love your last ride to be in the Ecto 1. Because MG made the comment you could also use it as a hearse.
Absolutely.
In case you needed it for any reason for that purpose. I mean, that'd be a pretty sweet way to go, right? Just in your, I mean, you wouldn't know, but
Why wait till you go? Just lay in the back.
yeah, maybe don't lay inside a coffin or anything like that.
I would. I did already. I bought a.
Really?
Well, my wife bought a coffin for us for Halloween, and it was an actual real coffin. And but I opened it up in the living room, and I got in it. My wife went nuts. She said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I want to see if it fits."
Just trying it out.
Gotta make sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Coffins are expensive.
Yeah, it's one of those old European coffins. You know, those old looking.
Oh yeah. Ugh. Oh, yeah, there we go. They guys are coming up with some good ideas. This 64 Chevy Impala from Nothing But a G Thing. Cheech and Chong's ice cream truck.
Oh right, yeah, Cheech and Chong.
Cheech and Chong.
Once crossed our. Now, come on now.
I'm sure there's a ton of cars that were on the list that we just went over our heads.
Right. Like I said, I was trying to make my own list, and most of them were covered. But yeah, the A-Team van. How about the Urkel car? Remember that one? You guys remember that from Family Matters? It was like a 3-wheeled car that the door was on the very front.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now that you say it, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pull up an image real quick.
Now that you said the door open through the I remember that.
Oh, how about the Munsters car?
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
What about the Flintstones car?
That's a
good one too.
And the Jetsons. What about the Jetsons? You got the Millennium
the flying car
there.
The Camaro from the Bumblebee from Transformers.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the other thing? Like Ralphie said, Optimus Prime. I mean, that would have been. Wow. So this Urkel car, as ridiculous as it is, it's actually a real car.
Oh yeah.
What the hell is that?
It looks very unstable, don't it?
BMW. It was a BMW. Yeah, it was three wheels.
The one wheel is the rear wheel.
That's insane.
Yeah. You open the door from the front. The steering wheel is right there.
Look at that. That looks comfortable.
I mean, it's probably the most unsafe car ever built.
Yeah, pre-regulation, non-American.
Yeah.
I hope that steering wheel bends back. Right? It would have to.
It looks like a smart car.
It kind of does.
Which I never liked smart car because if you get into an accident, it's over.
It was ahead of its time, guys.
Oh, here you go. Right here.
First smart car.
Modernized Urkel-mobile, and they show a smart car.
Huh.
You guys ever see Pineapple Express?
Yeah.
I think the Daewoo Lanos at the end of the movie, the yellow Daewoo Lanos, that's iconic.
Yep. Just because of that. You just got killed by Daewoo's Lano, mother. Wow.
MG said that car had no reverse gear, so people got trapped in their garage. I think you could just get out and pushed out like a matchbox.
Yeah,
car.
you honestly could.
Yeah.
Like a micro machine.
Yeah.
Cue the micro machine guy. Yep. I mean, it takes you from point A to point B. I mean, some of us, that's all we're really worried about, right?
Like a skateboard.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Or a roller skate.
It's true.
Yeah, how come the hoverboard? How come the hoverboard for Back to the Future 2?
That's what I'm waiting for.
List?
Yeah, screw the flying car from the Jetsons. I want that hoverboard in the worst way.
Yeah, the problem is with the climate change thing, and everyone's trying to do clean energy. It's like you couldn't really power these type of vehicles anyway.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Well, what's his name just found the new Element, right? Element 360 or something?
Tritium?
No, not Tritium.
Spider-Man.
That guy that was supposed to be on Area 51 that worked down there.
Oh. Yeah, the T2 Harley. Yeah, there's some. You want Airwolf.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Maybe that'll be a discussion maybe for another time. Like vehicles that are unrealistic, like or like you were talking, like the hoverboard, like things like that we probably won't see in our lifetimes.
Nah.
If at all.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. MG Blue Thunder.
Blue Thunder. What's that?
Roy Scheider's movie. What the hell? It was basically the beginning of the TV show. Airwolf.
Wasn't
they kind of
Clint,
took it from
wasn't
Airwolf.
Clint Eastwood in that too?
No, Roy Scheider.
What am I thinking of with Clint Eastwood?
Oh, you're thinking of where he stole the Russian aircraft.
Yeah,
where they made the video game out of it. Airwolf.
Sorry, are we no longer friends, MG?
No, was it Airwolf? Yeah, right.
Yeah, the G.I. Joe Sky Strikers, Inspector
How about
Gadget Mobile.
How about the Gran Torino from the Clint Eastwood movie?
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Firefox.
Firefox.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I was confusing it with.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love that movie.
That's the movie, and I know because I just seen it again recently, and that's why it was in my head. I'm like,
Yeah, remember they made the video game, the Laserdisc video game, Firefox. I would love to play that again.
Got the Ford Mustang GT from Death Race in 2008. Jason Statham.
What about the one from the Death Race movie from the 70s? The first Death Race 2000.
Wait, that was a video game too, wasn't it? Death Race.
Yeah.
Isn't that where you killed everybody and they would scream?
It was so controversial.
Yeah.
It was the first video game to like spark outrage. This was before Mortal Kombat, before all that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was a big
because it was in
thing.
the arcade. It was in the arcades,
And it was nothing. You just rolled over the person and go, "Ah!" And that was it. And people got outraged by that.
They ported it to PlayStation, but they changed the people into like aliens or something.
Oh, did they?
They got rid of all the people and they changed them.
Oh my God! You think of all that went on back then, and look at what the kids are playing today.
Oh my God!
I know. I mean, Minecraft.
Yeah.
Minecraft.
So I looked up Eleanor. Is that what you're referring to, Ralphie? The car from Gone in 60 Seconds, the Mustang?
The yellow one?
I'm not 100% sure.
Or no, that's I'm thinking about the Italian Job.
I googled Eleanor and it's coming up. I'll show it. It's just it's like a silver Mustang.
Did you know what I just noticed? We didn't talk about any of the cars from the Fast and Furious.
No, we didn't actually. Yeah. I guess maybe this is what he's referring to from Going in 60 Seconds.
Yeah.
What is that? I can't see it. Is that a Camaro?
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a Mustang.
Oh, a Mustang.
I knew how to work technology. I could somehow make the screen bigger, but I might end up ending the stream if I try to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a Mustang. Yeah, you're right, Toxin. There was no. We didn't really talk about those cars at all from the Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah, Dominic Toretto's his car.
Yeah, I mean, you see,
And that's iconic. You see that, you know, right away with the
Mhm.
stuff coming out of the hood of the car.
He said, and we shouldn't, Toxin.
For family.
Dom's Charger is pretty iconic. Yeah. Oh, so that was a 67 Mustang, that the Eleanor. Yeah, I wasn't, I don't know. I wouldn't have, I wasn't really too familiar with that one. Yeah, I never really got into the street racing movies. Like I did see the first couple Fast and the Furious, but after that, like I haven't watched it.
Do you remember
when it became a science fiction franchise?
Yeah, it kind of
moved
got
out.
a little silly.
You remember what they did to the Mustang in the 80s? They changed the whole car.
Oh,
It looked
yeah.
like it looked like a Ford Escort. Or
You
something.
did.
It was like weird looking.
Yeah,
It was horrible.
I don't know what their thought was behind that.
Yeah, and then it kind of started going back after the
Into
later
the
80s. Yeah, then in the 90s they started making it back to the way it looked. But
Tom Cruise's Lamborghini from Rain Man.
Oh, jeez.
oh gee, yeah.
Oh, I missed this one. Action Man had a
he
sweet
had
helicopter.
that white Lamborghini.
Action Man in a sweet helicopter.
I'm sure he did.
Well, Action Man had a lot of sweet things.
Yeah.
I agree with Pace. Fast and Furious 3, Tokyo Drift was my favorite one, and a lot of people hate that movie.
Tokyo Drift is actually the best one. I'm going to be honest.
I'm going to say that was probably the last Fast and Furious movie I actually saw.
Yeah, I love that movie, man. It got me like really into Tokyo stuff.
Mustang looked crap until the 2000s when and then they started reverting it back to its vintage look, and then they started looking. I still think that it's a cool looking car. All right, boys. What do you think? I mean, we've had a pretty good run today. I mean, we're going on almost 2 hours. I'm starting to get hungry. Yeah, I don't think I haven't eaten anything yet again.
Good show.
Good show, man.
It's fun talking cars. I mean, learned some things about some of these cars that I didn't know about, and realized that maybe my new life goal is to build my own Batmobile.
Yeah, do it, Mike.
Get rid of all.
Gotta start selling off my arcade one up. So maybe I can buy one tire for that thing.
Yeah, and you can christen it.
Oh damn it! No trivia. Oh man! All right, Johnny, you called me out on this one. I do have, due to my scrambling around this morning, I do have some giveaways, but I never came up with a trivia question though. I realized that about halfway through the show. I was like,
you'll have to wait till next week for trivia.
Yeah, so next week I'll add to the pot. I can't believe it. Idiot. I know. I totally did. It was like halfway through. I happened to just look at the banner on the bottom. I was like, I never thought of it. I never came up with a question. I was having a rough morning. Yeah, right. That would be the trivia question.
Pop rocks can derail any stream.
How many bags of Pop Rocks can you eat before it becomes lethal?
Oh God.
And MG, I still owe you prizes from like 3 weeks ago. And he just won't give me his address. So, but this is what I was going to give away. So we'll add this to next week. So one of the things was Super Mario Brothers 3 Raccoon Mario.
That's nice.
The Hallmark Christmas ornament from 2022.
That's a sweet prize.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I mean, the detail. If you've ever bought any of these things,
they really
don't sleep on them. I mean, just because they're a Hallmark Christmas ornament. I mean, that thing is the detail on it is pretty. It's pretty crazy. And the other thing was this hand-drawn Batman that I picked up at the Pittsburgh Gaming Expo from an artist. His name's Todd Allen Smith. The guy worked for like Lucasfilm and stuff like that. Yeah, so he drew this. I got a couple of these things. I actually have one that he drew. It's the old 1989 the Batman symbol. Yep. So between that,
I like that.
This is what I was going to give away, but was having a rough morning with my computer. There was a minute there where I was afraid we weren't even going to be able to do the stream. So I didn't come up with a trivia question. So I apologize for everybody. But that'll be on the table next week. And yeah, exactly. I will fold that thing up real nice and tight. That's what I'm thinking. Like, how the hell am I going to send this without damaging it?
They have the roll.
The
roll
tube, maybe.
Yeah, the tube.
There you go.
So, everybody, thanks for hanging out again.
Hey, real quick, remember that part on the Brady Bunch where they ran around the park with the drawing in the tube? Does anybody remember that?
No.
No? Oh, man.
So, wait, what did they do?
I'll go back to the home.
Go back to your meds must be wearing off.
Yeah.
It's been going on for too long.
Grandpa needs his nap.
All right. That's a great way to end it, guys.
All right, Mr. President, this way.
Yes, thank you.
Mr. President.
Where do I get off the stage? Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Toxin, thank you for joining us again this week. It's always fun having you.
Great show.
Us, man. And everybody else, like anybody streaming tonight? Anybody have anything going on? Zod, you did.
I'm streaming. I'm streaming tonight I got a show. I'm going to be on Bat Dan's channel tonight.
Okay.
We're going to be talking about. He's doing a new series. We're going to be talking about the old X-Men show from 1992. We're covering 4 episodes per stream.
Oh, that sounds like a good idea.
Leading up to the new
the launch of the new one.
X-Men 97, yeah.
Nice.
So that starts tonight. That's gonna
be
I think that's gonna be 6:30 Central Time, I believe.
Okay, and this is Bat Dan's channel. I'm gonna have to stop by and check that out. As I'm a huge fan of the original X-Men series.
Yeah.
I don't want to about you talking.
Watch everything.
You doing any streaming today?
I'm probably just gonna play some Tekken today on my day off as much as I can.
All right, guys. Well, thank you everybody for hanging out with us, and yeah, stop by Bat Dan, check that out, and Toxin. If you're streaming, everybody stop by and check him out, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
All right, guys.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.